close all this shit up. I don't even know if this is actually working or not, so I'm just going to do a sound test. Let's see what happens. This is going to be a pretty quick stream, I believe, and it's just going to be how to... what I'm going to try and do is recreate Grand Operations out of Battlefield 1 on one of the maps. You know, hopefully with all of the mods and cons to go with it. So we'll see. Just going to do a sound test. What I'm going to try and do is recreate Grand Operations out of Battlefield 1. It seems to be working fine. If anybody's got any questions, ask in the chat whilst I'm doing this. And I'll just try and respond to you best as I can. So, once you've set up the SDK in Godot, this is what you're going to have pretty much, you know. We need to choose a decent map for this to work on. It's alright, my stream key wasn't compromised, it's fine. Close that. I think what we'll do is we'll do it on... We'll do it on something a little bit sort of open. I think we'll just do it in... we'll do it on Manhattan. Okay, the name for the Manhattan map in Godot is Dumbo. So we're going to open that map first. Once we've got that map open, by just opening it in the levels on the left here. Just bear in mind that if you're new to using this, you can't change any of the statics that are already on the map. So actually we're just going to completely ignore... Oh, this is a map that I've made previously, by the way, here. It's quite complicated, but we're going to ignore that for now. This is a new game mode, sort of a rush game mode that I've made. Completely mirrored image both sides, and you fight over the center point here. I'm going to release that some point in the next few days. It's called The Block. I think that'll be pretty popular. Basically, there's a MCOM here and an MCOM there. Anyway, we're gonna actually just rename. We're gonna duplicate. I'll just call this block, so I've got a backup of this. And now I can pretty much, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete everything except for, so it's a fresh start. I'm even going to delete the spawn points, combat area, except statics. I'm not going to get rid of the statics. There we go. So there we have it. We've got a very, very clean, as it is, out of the box map to work with. And what we're going to do is we're going to do like a Grand Operations sort of game mode, where it's a bit like Breakthrough, if you remember in Battlefield 1, where you go sector to sector and go through the entire map in sections. One section might have a conquest flag to capture, the next sector will have MCOM stations, and then the third one will have an MCOM and a capture point. Maybe we could spice it up a little bit. So yeah, what we want to do first of all is we want to pick out where we're going to. Let's make this bigger for us. We want to point out, we want to make this as wide as possible. So I think this is a good starting point here as a base, just here. So let's say this is Team 1, the attackers. We'll split the map into one section sort of here, so they head south. And then we can do this section here. And then the final section here. Okay. So if you've never done breakthrough mode or a conquest mode by yourself before in Godot, then you'll want to probably learn that first. But breakthrough is probably the more complex game mode to work with. But what we're going to do is we're going to set up a breakthrough mode here first of all, and once we've got breakthrough, we've got the basics to then turn it into a grand operations. And grand operations from Battlefield 1 was sort of big and epic because the maps are so large in that scale, whereas breakthrough, it's just sort of sector to sector to sector. So we could just do it block to block to block, but I want to do the whole map, so it's, you know, it's big, and we want to stick within these walls, which are naturally a part of the map, to stop people going out of bounds. We can't override those, so what we can do, there are some streets on this map that have been cut out, which are still accessible if we expand. See this area here, that's a hell of a long street right there. We don't want to go up on the bridges really. We can do the rooftops though, so what we're going to do is we'll set up team 1 first. And actually, team 1, this always has to be within the whole sector. So, first of all, what we're going to do here is we are going to put in sector first. We're just going to search for sector, and we're going to drop that somewhere. Let's just say we do. This is the main base here. Let's say that this is the first sector. This block here is the capture point. Okay, so what we'll just do first is we'll just chuck them in first. We'll just put the capture point in, so we'll just stick the capture point in. Oh, hang on, let's just turn on my snap mode. Say the capture points here for now, so I can make a point of that. Let's set up the sector. So we're just going to drag the... So this object here is basically what initializes the actual sector, and you'll need 3 sectors for breakthrough at minimum realistically. Because if you just have one sector, it's just basically just one point to capture, and then the team wins. You want people to be able to advance and retreat as well. I'm not sure if this layout here is better, or whether to work from this side of the map over to the other side there. I'm not sure. But nevertheless, I'm going to show you the basics of how to set up a breakthrough game mode.